Hi, so I'm Andrea Seeger and we are here in beautiful Freiburg in Black Forest in my craft beer store, Craftbeer Lodge. I run this store meanwhile during 9 years, and since 10 years I'm a beer sommelier, so that's a long time now. So time flew by like nothing, and I'm still enjoying it. But meanwhile I have my own beer series, so the newest one is a collaboration in the can. So a lot of things happened, and that's
when did you start the place, and why? I mean, what were you doing before that made you get into the craft beer world?
I'm coming from the IT. So I had an IT company with the partners, and during the sabbatical I had the wish to make something completely otherwise, not something immaterial, something you can touch, you can feel, or you can taste. And so I came to the beer. I made a beer sommelier's training, and I'm a beer sommelier now since 10 years, and meanwhile I'm the guide for the beer sommeliers in our region in Baden-Württemberg. So it began with the first tastings. People were so impressed from my tastings, and even me too, from this huge beer universe. So I got further. It began with a pop-up store. And then the pop-up store ran 2 years, and then I thought I want to have a fixed location. And so I found this nice location here. I'm here now since 9 years. We have the own beers now, we have an online shop now, so everything is growing. We have a lot of people in Freiburg here. We have a great craft beer scene in Freiburg. Some more gypsy brewers are located here, and there are always occurring new beer projects also, but we also are a point for a lot of beer tourists who come here and find their nerdy cans and sours or barrel-aged beers or whatever we have as a specialized store.
I get the feeling in this area, maybe I'm completely wrong, that it's a difficult market for you in terms of your local support.
Germany is really a difficult market. I didn't expect this, and the Germans won't believe me. But I say sometimes Germany is a diaspora for beer. Even we have a great beer tradition, but these are the same beer styles, as you said. We have the Pilsner, we have the Helles, we have the Hefeweizen. Maybe people know a Kölsch and the Altbier and the Bockbier, but that's all. But we have more than 150 beer styles, which have their history also, which are grown over hundreds of years, and that's what I'm interested in. So we are brewing beer longer than our Reinheitsgebot in Germany exists. We are brewing beer since 13,000 years, and that's why I'm so impressed of this. Beer always was so close at our human culture and our human development, and since I'm in beer, I'm a really history fan now. And that's what I tell in my tastings. There's always a history to the beer, and if you understand why this beer developed, for example the Belgian Saison beer, you can understand it, and you can feel the beer. That's another thing.
Economy has hit a lot of the craft brewers that you cater to in your store.
There are people who are in beer and in craft beer, so they know what they can expect, and they know that they will have a lot of joy and taste with these beers, and they know what it costs. Even when we look to our neighbors, Italy or France, people pay for good taste and for good products. So that's a little bit difficult in Germany. So the Germans more like tend to buy the very expensive Weber barbecue, but then buy the cheap sausages on it. And the German beer industry told the people that beer has to be cheap, and that's really a little bit difficult. So we are kind of missionaries. We tell a lot of background information. Why is this beer more expensive? What about dry hopping? How comes the taste into the beer? It's all within the Reinheitsgebot. Even we have more taste in the beer. And I tell the people, maybe you pay the same price like for a good cocktail, but you have a more high quality product. You have only natural ingredients. There's no additional sugar inside, so the sweetness comes from the malt or from the fruits. The color comes from the fruits, and it's even tasty like a cocktail.
So you're a poet of descriptions.
Yeah. And last but not least, for sure, the alcohol-free beers. So that's even what I'm drinking most time of the week. Meanwhile, they are so tasty. So you can't or don't want to drink alcohol every day, even if you are a beer sommelier. But then you don't want to drink juice or Apfelsaftschorle in Germany or water. And there are so great alcohol-free beers.
Germany is a great hops country. Do you find the craft brewers, the German-based ones, are using the tradition behind them?
First step, they try the hops, the Yakima Valley hops, or Australian, New Zealand hops. Yeah, but I think every brewery also has one or some more beers with the German hops. So my first IPA was an homage to Mandarina Bavaria and Hüllmelon, so to German aroma hops. But yeah, German aroma hops are also used, but yeah, to be honest, the Yakima Valley hops are more
taken over the world. Yeah,
they're more intensive. They're really great. They're awesome. Yeah.
And
but for more lager beer styles, so more light or fragile beer styles, the German hops are better.
Now, what do you see the future of craft and beer in particular here in this region and in Germany?
We have a big consolidation. There is a big movement in the market. So in Germany, the supermarkets built back their craft beer shelves. But I think you need somebody who explains the beers to the customers. So imagine they take a nice beer, nice label from the craft beer shelf, and then they pour it in their glass, and then they end up with a sour. So they would think it's gone bad. So they need somebody who consults them.
There's a lot of education to be done, yeah.
And therefore, I think it's good to keep craft beer stores. I think craft beer came to stay, but it's still developing. It's in a flow, and economy or the companies are changing.
Could Germany be the next big craft scene?
Germany is still in a flow. There is still, in Germany we say, a lot of air to the top. I don't know if I can translate it like this. We have some more potential. What I also see, there is some consolidation to the big ones, and that's for me the opposite of craft. So for me, craft is everything else than industrial. So more the sum of a lot of small participants, of small companies, of owner-driven companies, and when it begins to get centralized in some less hands, so is it then any more craft? That's a question. That's development I see here also, but what's important, the variety of beer, the variety of good beers, and It's there, it will stay. We have more potential, but it's not a big boom at the moment.
Belgium, you have the family brewers. They've been innovating as well.
That's what we have in Germany also. We have family breweries, so private breweries. They still make beer specialties, but not as much as during the craft beer hype 10 years ago. There are still new projects, new beers and new ideas growing up.
And that's a sign for optimism.
Yes, definitely.
Let's end on. And thank you so much for talking to the Beer Idiots. I was really happy to meet you and to be able to get a chance. Thank you for your time.
Cheers.
Beer Idiots.